have Kara Swisher, executive editor and co-founder of Recode, and Cynthia Littleton, co-editor-in-chief of Variety magazine, with us. Thanks to you both. Cynthia, let me start with you. Just give me your take on this number, because many people may have been anticipating future competition, perhaps starting to eat away at their ability to grow subscribers in the U.S., but few expected to see them decline this quarter.
What I really see with the miss, particularly with the domestic subscribers, which is surprising, I see that as signs that Netflix is a hit-driven business. It is comfort food. It is the utility that you turn on and you want to surf. But I think in terms of especially generating new subscribers and with retention, they need to have a Stranger Things. They have Stranger Things 3 right now. That's got a lot of buzz. But in the quarter we're talking about, they didn't have a big tentpole. And it's interesting to see that they are becoming vulnerable on that level to this kind of churn.
Kara, it's not the first time we've seen the stock suffer when numbers don't meet the expectations of investors, and yet they always seem to come back stronger than ever. Should we be taking more notice here? Does it mean something more than it has in the past?
Well, they're facing new challenges from these bigger incumbents who are pulling off stuff off the platform. But that shouldn't matter here yet, like The Office or Friends or things like that, which got a lot of attention in recent weeks. It's interesting because Netflix continues to be sort of innovative in terms of programming and ideas and bringing new stuff to bear. But it does matter that there are things like Stranger Things or whatever the hit happens to be, just the same with HBO and all the others. And so the question is, do people want to use it as something that is a regular thing, or something that just, sort of appointment television where they go and see what they want to see or binge on whatever they want to do?
Yeah, Cynthia, that sort of raises the question. You've got Netflix coming out and saying, okay, maybe we're not paying for the rights for Friends or Office or some of these, legacy franchises anymore, and that's money we can put towards new and original content. But one of the questions that was raised around this in a discussion we were having earlier is it's also what it would take to make one of those types of programs. It would cost so much more money, and it would look totally different in terms of how series are being developed and also how long they are, how engaged people are going to be in watching those series.
Right. I mean, we've seen Netflix in the last year or so become very selective about the shows that they renew. And, shows on Netflix may last 2 or 3 seasons. That's a very difficult proposition for the content makers, because that's kind of the worst case scenario. You're in for a fair amount of money, but you don't have enough episodes to really have like a lasting library play, and then you get canceled. And with Netflix, you have difficulty in taking a show to another platform, which we're hearing a lot about. So I think that they are really, and anytime that we're talking about original content, you're talking about not only, very high-end production, because they have set the bar very high for themselves. You're talking about a lot of marketing, a lot of promotion. It costs money to let people know about a new original property. And just like with Stranger Things a couple of years ago, you can plan all you want, but you just can never tell what's going to catch lightning in a bottle and take off.
Kara, they're talking about still only having a negative $3.5 billion of free cash flow for 2019. I mean, at some point, does that start to scare people? They've never been unable to borrow whenever they wanted to, or actually sell equity. Everybody lines up. I don't know. Does it start to get a little scarier?
I don't know. It feels like Amazon in that regard. I mean, remember that was what you and I have discussed many years ago about Amazon. And this, more than any other company, feels like that a little bit more. I think one of the things that's interesting is, look, I just interviewed Natasha Lyonne and Cindy Holland, who runs programming there on stage at Code. And look, they got 13 Emmy nominations for Russian Doll, which is interesting. They certainly have, in the creative area, they're certainly excelling. And the question is, and Cindy talked a lot about throwing shows off that weren't working, but not giving why they throw things off. And so I think what they've got to face in the future is that they've attracted creatives, but can they keep an ongoing series of hits or things that keep subscribers coming to the platform and then adding to them? And that's going to be the more difficult part. But they're certainly one of the most innovative and forward-leaning of all these companies.